to be in the middle so we can see you better?
Yeah, that's hard.
Okay, you want to put it in the middle?
You could
Is that
use
okay?
that.
It doesn't matter.
I can move, actually. We can see her better if she's in the middle. We won't miss her.
Come on in,
So we
Dr.
want to
Monica.
still make sure
Everybody can be seen. Right.
it's a little dry.
So it's getting dry. You want me to
Yeah, I need
spice
to
it up?
spice it up.
Y'all say I be doing
I
too
probably
much.
shall do it.
Okay.
Just gonna do it.
Hey, Dr. Monica.
Okay.
How are you? Good. Now, how do you
I don't know
this
no
person right
level.
here? How do you know Dr. Heaven? Tell me all about it.
Don't be putting my business out in the street boxes. Don't let her know we've been to the sex therapy. So she did a hypnosis. That's how we got it together. She hypnotized me to get my stuff together. That's how I got it so together. Because of Dr. Monica White, she hypnotized me. That's my girl. You might want to go
Can you do
there.
some hypnosis right now on the screen for me?
Chad, did you not hear mental health?
Good. We're excited.
Praise the Lord. Let us know when we're coming back.
Y'all good? Monica, you good? I just want y'all to make it entertaining as well as informative.
Got it.
Because it's a little dry.
That's your
And
opinion.
it just kind of, just kind of let them know that it's a situation going on with the internet. That's why.
Okay.
Where you
They
got it
calling.
All right,
Well,
but I mean, I think
call in.
everybody knows that they can't call in because we're having a problem with the internet. The internet is down, okay?
So we're back now. All right, we're back with the Open and Honest Radio Show. And hey, we want to announce Dr. Monica Watts is here. Hey,
Dr.
darling.
Monica.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Good to see you. You look beautiful.
Thank you.
Who did your hair?
My Mario Tate did my hair. My childhood friend. He's the actual makeup artist. here
Oh,
in
wow.
Atlanta. Yeah.
That is
And
wonderful.
the African girls braided it for me. He did my makeup.
Wow. You look
Beautiful.
good, girl. You don't get all of me and you shaking them off, huh?
Oh, thank you.
Let's jump right into it. You're saying problems with eating disorders. Now, that's your specialty right now.
It's not so much, it's my specialty right now, but when you're dealing with performance psychology as a performance specialist, what happens is you help people reach their full potential. And in the process of helping people reach their full potential, you have to help them get over those barriers. And what you see a lot with our target audience in performance psychology, which is like entertainers, actors, athletes and stuff, you will come across eating disorders. Mostly. So yeah, so it just kind of falls under the same umbrella.
So it affects your relationships?
Oh yes, most definitely. Your eating disorders affect your relationships in so many different levels, you know, because if you think about it, if someone is always obsessed with eating, they're always in the gym all the time, always exercising, and that's their main focus all the time.
Do you hear
It
any
takes away the
things that might relate to you or anybody you know?
Certainly. I'm an OBGYN, so I see women all the time. Right.
Do you?
I do.
Okay, well, praise the Lord. I'm a dentist, and I see women all the time as well.
So did you hear anything that Dr. Monica may have said that could have,
Well, you know what? You can see signs of eating disorders in the mouth because, you know, like the bulimia, you got all that erosion and stuff on your teeth that cause problems. And I don't think people even realize when they vomit, it causes the breakdown of the enamel on the teeth. And you can tell when somebody has a disorder because they're vomit and they don't even really know it.
Exactly.
So a little tip there, if you're going to throw up and you have bulimia, listen, rinse out with baking soda. You want to get that pH right.
No, we don't want to.
If you're going to throw
I'm saying,
go to the doctor, seek professional
if you have already thrown up, you want to get that pH right.
Call
Okay, so you
Dr.
got to balance it out.
Now, this is a serious question, Dr. Monica. What would motivate one to get help? Like, I don't know if one can recognize that it's truly a problem. You know, when do you realize I've got an eating disorder? Like, what is it that will motivate a person to come in and say, Dr. Monica, help me because I'm bulimic, or Dr. Monica, help me, I'm anorexic. And I mean, you could probably look and see, but Dr. Monica, help me, I overeat. Like, what is that pivotal point that would send a person in? You know, is it a family member?
Sometimes it's a family member, but what happens is, just like as addiction specialists and dealing with people in substance abuse, it's the same outcome. It starts affecting your life. And sometimes people don't get help until it's actually so devastating, where it's affecting their life, where they went through a divorce, or if their medical side of, like, say, your teeth start really messing up and your weight
issues, you're spending all your money on food and you just got a problem, just like an addiction. You said just like a drug,
it's
really?
like a drug. So basically, I just use figure hit rock bottom sometimes. You know, people have their own reasons for, you know, getting help. But most of the time when that is common, that when you get pretty much hit rock bottom, you know.
What is it you think that makes one overeat or undereat? Like, what do you think is the psychology behind eating disorder?
Well, right now you really can't say it's the same thing for everybody. It's always an individual thing. But things that affect people who have eating disorders, of course, can be your genetics is one.
You can't see me at all.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Genetics is one.
See, I don't know if it's gonna see all three. Let's squeeze in, ladies. Okay. So tell us again, what are some of the reasons of eating disorder?
It can be an emotional.
Emotional.
And also genetics plays a part as well, like, you know, and your social background, how your social behavior patterns with eating. Because a lot of people relate to food when they're eating. You know, when they're happy, they're eating Thanksgivings and every night with the kids.
It's a happy time when we're eating. And sometimes when we get depressed, we just go into that food and get the ice cream and eat it.
Yeah, so it's also a behavior pattern and emotional pattern, and sometimes it's also biological. You know, your hypothalamus that tells you about your appetite increasing as well, so it can also be biological. So there's so many factors. I like to say a holistic approach to it when you're trying to cure or treat eating disorder, because there's so many factors that play a part.
So short and fast, what's the therapy behind it? What is it? You have to come in and accept and acknowledge that there's truly an eating disorder?
Oh, that's for any type of change for any situation. Definitely is being able to accept. And I think what is happening, why people are in more denial, because they're afraid of treatment. You know, most of the people, they're afraid of treatment.
And then, you know, when we go actually to the doctor, we always feel like they're giving us stuff. And we don't know, you know, I like to always have a holistic approach. Because all those drugs and stuff, they're making billions of dollars off of Prozac and all that stuff. So when they find a new issue, it's a new drug. And we just don't want to continue to take things. I think that we need to go look at a more psychological approach and find out the background as to why. And the mental health, it's got to go back to the mentality, right?
Yes, and that's what they're doing. Like, they're, as a team, you're taking a team approach to it. So you may have a general practitioner as part of the team, your primary physician, to deal with, like, your body, bone mass that you're losing if you're anorexia. You also have your mental health or therapist. And then you also probably have like a life coach or a specialist to help you through to maintain and being able to accept your body image, the changes if you're trying to, you know, gain weight and be the ideal weight.
So what I'm hearing, and a lot of times it's about what we hear and not necessarily what it says. It's a team approach. You're not gonna, and you know, and I heard Dr. Heavenly comment about the medicine. I think a part of the team, and you made a point, is, you know, a family physician or an internal medicine doctor, a therapist may be involved. You may even take a spirituality approach.
Almost psychiatrist.
You know, so there is a team effect. But again, today we really wanted to focus on eating disorders in your relationship.
Because it can definitely ruin some great relationships. And I've seen it happen with many people, because a lot of times they say, you know, that it's a greater chance of you getting divorced, almost double the chance if you gain weight, i.e. more than 50% of your body weight. Chances are the man is going to leave you. Did y'all know that?
I didn't know.
I read that in the book. I read that in the book. They said if you gain between 20 to 50% of your body weight, chances are your man is going, your marriage is going to end. So we have to talk about that, because a lot of times as women, we get into a relationship, we're young, we're vibrant, whatever, and then after that we have kids, and then kids take a place. It's hard to lose weight, Jackie. But it ain't easy.
But I definitely got to say, you know, you think about, oh, he's such a bad guy, he left her because she got big. But we're not thinking about the emotional side. Like, you probably ran him crazy if you had an eating disorder, because a big factor of eating disorder is the body image. If you don't think you're attracted, you're always complaining about your body, you're always focused on food, you become obsessed with that world. You know, so it's not so much all the time that the man left you because you got big.
And then you got to think of the insecurities.
Yes,
you got to think of the insecurities. Like, you know what? You know what I mean? Somebody looking at daddy, because, you know, so you got to deal with that. And then, you know, that's a lot of added stuff. Marriage is already hard, you know, and then you're going to add that you're 400 pounds. First of all, you eat up everything. You can't do the same things you once did. And then now you're talking to daddy crazy because now you're insecure every time he go out. Where you going, you know, so it adds up and different things come together with the eating disorders and relationships. And how do you solve it? What's the solutions? I'm always at a solutions approach. And And my husband says a lot of times people don't want a solution, they just want to talk about it, and that helps them in their own way. But I want to know the solution, doctor.
The solution, if you notice some of your partner has an eating disorder, is you have to talk about it. I mean, because not talking about it is only going to get worse. And most of the time, eating disorders can be displayed early in childhood that went undiagnosed. And then, so you got to think about statistics as 1 or 2 out of 100 students have eating disorders. So those people grow up to be actual adults. So the ones that are undiagnosed are now adults that have been dealing with life based on food.
Now people are telling us we got to go on a break, but we're going to come right back and we're going to talk about this a little bit more on the WorldStarHitRadio.com Open and Honest Radio Show.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
That is serious.
So,
now here's a question I have to ask you. In discussing, when we talk about getting married, we talk about... Okay. You know, guys, we're on a break, so you'll get to hear what's going on behind the scenes, because this is a real issue. It is, when you're talking about getting married, we talk about the finances, we talk about religious beliefs. Is it fair to talk about body image when you're getting married?
Absolutely. I think mental health needs, oh my God, I wish I would have did so many pre-screenings. Jesus. But anyways, I just think mental health should be a prereq for getting married. Like, you need to know
would it be okay to say,
put it in the prenup?
No, don't put it in the prenup, but to have that conversation like, baby, being ideal body weight or a little bit over, a little bit under is important to me. Is that vain? Is that considered vanity if you talk to a spouse or a potential spouse? Like, most people don't date folks that they're not physically attracted
Absolutely. And I think that's a very valid point. However, I think that when you marry somebody, you become one and you become part of that person. So if you do have an issue, you need to work it out together. But I think the main thing is the communication, because a lot of times if somebody, like, honestly, when I weighed more, like 70 pounds more, my husband never said anything. But I don't really think it bothered. I really don't now. I would have to have that conversation. But he never said anything, you know? So my whole thing is what the heck? What? Don't do that.
Somebody behind the scenes.
He never said anything. So I honestly, and I'm not lying to you, I thought I was fine.
So when you met your husband, you were ideal body weight, and
can we take the time out just real quick? I'm sorry.
We need to do this on the show.
Right. That's what I'm saying. The things that y'all are bringing up,
we need to do
things that y'all need to be talking about now, because I want y'all to kind of get into a little bit more of a personal side. Like, it's feeling too
news.
It is. It's feeling too news-like.
So when we come on the breaks, we kind of loosen up. So.
Yeah. So, like, y'all need to talk a little bit more about personal experience, like you said. And if you had something that you dealt with, or you personally, I need people to connect a little bit more, because right now it's just too medical.
Okay.
And we don't want that. Like, we want to keep the audience kind of
entertained. Get it.
So, also, you guys can go ahead and take a look.
Who seems like a pushover, Sassy D 84? Are you talking about my husband? I'm just asking. I really don't care. Stay away from the conflict. He's always quiet.
Is my deal breaker? Oh my God!
Stay away from
deal breakers.
Okay. I'm trying to see where you're coming from, Sassy. I'm just trying to understand. I think she says my husband is always quiet. He's quiet on the show. Make a difference. You know what I mean? Yeah. Jackie knows my husband. He's not a pushover. I think that's what she was trying to say. Are we back on the show?
We want to be, like, in 5 seconds.
Right.
So
no,
I have a man's man. He just don't want to film. And I think it's obvious. And, you know, he does it to support me, Sassy.
So I need everybody to loosen up a little bit.
Okay, let's loosen up.
And I'm going to be honest with you. This is a very sensitive topic. So if we're not being very loose, we don't want to misspeak. And again, overeating, and you know, Dr. Heavenly and I met, we're talking about overeating.
We fell out
about overeating. So if I'm not being my better self about it, I just want to be sensitive.
No, I get it.
Because we're talking to a million people. Right.
You know, and I think we should start our shows off with a prayer, because we want to let people know we're coming from a good place.
Right.
You know, but we're actually going to speak our real mind.
No,
right.
I get it. I just want y'all to be a little bit more personal. When I say loose, like, not as medical, like, try to relate so people can understand.
Certainly. So let's get on back and get to talking about it. But again, it really is all about being sensitive and being open.
Okay, now you're back.
All right, so we're back, and we're talking to Dr. Monica, who is a psychologist.
I'm a pre-licensed clinical Christian psychologist.
Okay.
But I'm a mindset performance of psychology specialist and I'm a weight loss specialist.
Oh, good.
See that?
I mean, and that's important, guys, because I again believe in the fit me theory that being fit is your mind, your body, and your spirit. So we thank you. Today we're talking about eating disorders and how they affect your relationship. And I just want to give a personal story because Dr. Heavenly and I met and fell out about talking about weight, and she jokes and teases me about not eating enough, and I'm being honest, Heavenly, I was probably that person. I came from Mississippi. We ate what we wanted to eat because in home people, the older people wanted to feed you. They wanted you to eat. And once I was diagnosed with breast cancer, not once but twice, I started researching like, oh my God, what could have happened? I don't have a family history. What could have happened? And then I just changed the way I ate. I mean, I went to eating, at first I became a vegetarian for a whole year because I thought, okay, if it is the food, that is something I can change because I really wanted to live. So I started eating and exercising and just getting more involved in my health because if I could do my part in not ever having breast cancer again, that was doing my part. So, of course, when you start taking out a lot of the fats and processed foods in your diet, you'll lose weight.
And Jenny can talk about that forever, but it ain't a problem with, and I'm sensitive to what you've been through, and a lot of people have not, so they're not feeling you. But the thing about it is that's your experience, so to project it on somebody else and come into it in a sensitive way, you know what I mean? You don't know what their background is with weight loss. Everybody's trying to lose weight.
But everybody that's heavy or obese does not mean they have an eating disorder.
That's
Everyone
true.
that's skinny or underweight does not mean they have an
Say
eating
it, doctor.
disorder.
Say it, doctor.
And it goes both ways.
Absolutely.
But again, I today want to be very sensitive about it because I don't want to misspeak because sometimes I go into doctor mode in the wrong place.
I would agree with that.
Right.
I would agree with that.
And
yes.
we've agreed to agree about that and agreed to disagree about it. However, I don't get to stop being a doctor. Because if I look at you and I'm sitting sometimes in the mall looking like, look at her thyroid.
But we're not paying you to diagnose me at the middle of the mall or in the bowling alley, dang it.
Right.
So if I don't ask you for your opinion, keep it to yourself.
Now, see, that's not true because there are some people
Go ahead. Any therapy with your friendship.
I know that's right.
You know what though? I do treasure, and most people see Heavenly laughing and playing, but if they could hear some of the late night conversations, one, she really is smart.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
Much as I don't want to admit it.
We know this.
But you have some profound stuff in there, and I think I want people to see though that sometimes that is a very sore spot, and you've helped me recognize too that there is a time and a place. And you're right. Some people don't want to be doctors, one, sitting in the mall. And I mean, I apologize to the world about that. However, I do struggle with not being that person because I'm not trying to go from a bad place.
But now that I know you, I know it wasn't ever from a bad place, and I appreciate you. I just think that everybody has their insecurities, and when you step on them, you get offended. And I can be open and honest and say that was one of my insecurities, doctor. And so, I mean, moving forward, we can keep going, but shoot, I mean, I put up a block. A lot of people say, Heavenly, you're so hard, whatever. I had to put up a block. You know what I mean? So when people say, Heavenly, you abrasive, whatever, if you come at me, I'm coming for your jugular. And that's not the right way to handle things. And that's what I'm working at. My mama, your mama.
You said your mama.
You know what, we say Joan all the time with your mama, and you can't listen. It's your mama. Especially if I know your mama, and I've seen your mama, I can say your mama and mean that.
She went back into the 70s, when we used to say your mama.
That was the 80s, boo. You was in the 70s.
Again, with an eating disorder, whether it's eating too much or eating, you have to know your own relationship. Like, what is your spouse comfortable with? Like, some men like women who are
thick,
more voluptuous.
They like this.
Yeah.
Don't make me
sit down. Right. They do like, and then there are men who
they
like
don't know.
Yeah. No.
Sir, excuse me. What do men like? Do they like thickness?
He can't speak for all men.
I'm saying, but most men, he's speaking for the men up in here, the greater percentage. Most men, they like the thick. They like the Nicki Minaj, right? That's my girl. Hey, Nicki Minaj. Listen.
And that's what is happening in the African American community that affects as well, is that we have a cultural stigma where, if you're overweight or if you're thick, is acceptable, but we don't. So that's the reason so many women in the African American community go undiagnosed. Because some of those women that are thick, just because you're thick does not mean you don't have an eating disorder or body image issue.
And just because you thin don't mean you have one either. Don't get. No, let me hear.
So I'm sorry. What are you ladies referring to as thick stuff?
This is thick.
Oh.
This is thick. No. Seriously, this is thick. Look.
Oh,
Okay.
This is thick. This is not thick. Stand up, Jackie.
I'm not.
That is thick.
Is it not thick?
That's thick.
That's thick.
Okay.
That's thick. This is thick.
Okay. All right.
Thick and thick.
So, man, it really
Did I
is a
mean you
personal
that? I didn't mean
No.
Okay.
It's a personal preference.
Okay.
And I think you made my point, though, that there may be men or women who like, as you ladies are calling it, thick or fit.
When you go to the strip club, Johnny, when you go to the strip club, do you want to see thick or you want to see
Fit.
bony? I mean,
It's not bone.
muscle.
Fit. Yeah.
Both.
You want to see both. So it depends on what club you're going to, because at Cheetahs, you don't like. But anyway.
But what
I don't like
makes
the
an
ones
eating
that-
disorder is based on your relationship with food, not really your relationship with the man. It just so happens your relationship with food affects your relationship with the man.
So you can't forget either one of them, though. I mean, if your eating disorder affects your relationship, then you have to work on both sides.
You
of it,
have
right?
to both work on both sides of it for it to actually.
So what's the solution? Just communicating and then going to get therapy? What do I do? If I come to you and I have a problem with my weight loss and it's affecting my relationship, what do you do for me?
Well, you want to bring in, because most of the time when people we're talking about problems with weight loss, and we're talking about like eating disorder.
I'm talking about eating disorder that's affecting my relationship, and I come to you because you're a therapist with the mental addiction and all of that. What are you going to advise me to do?
Well, most of the time it's associated with mood disorders.
Okay.
So if you have, when I say mood disorders, I'm talking about some people, most of the time, that are suffering from eating disorders. They suffer from depression, anxiety. So you will learn different coping skills as well.
Let me give you an example.
Give me an example.
When I was heavier, and that was a Joan that Mariah put on the show, that I was heavier. Professor Clump, she was heavy. That's true. When I was eating more, and when I'm hungry, I do have an attitude with you and everybody else, my husband, everybody else. If I just eat, I could just be jolly. So is that a disorder?
That's a chemistry. People have to also realize that it's a chemistry thing going on with the brain, as well.
Hungry.
So because of what you're eating as well, the sugar giving you the gratification as well. So that doesn't mean you have an eating disorder because food makes you happy. I know I can eat certain things and I can enjoy it,
But the key is not to overeat.
Yes.
I mean, if you
Moderation and everything.
Right. Moderation and everything. If you say I'm eating to be happy, you're eating all day to be happy, then that's a disorder. But if you're eating because you're having a bad day and you want to eat, I think somebody put on here a bag of Doritos, then you only did that once a week. That's not an eating disorder. But if you did that 2 or 3 times a day,
and that doesn't mean it's an eating disorder. It's just some people just have unhealthy eating habits.
Right.
Remember, so you can have unhealthy eating habits and not have an eating disorder.
That's a good point. Now,
So if you have anorexia, for example, we use anorexia or bulimia. So if you're eating, anorexia really restrict their eating. That's the difference between anorexia and bulimia. Because anorexia, you're going to find people will be underweight. Bulimia, they're going to be average or they could be overweight, believe it or not, with bulimia.
They're eating.
But both of them purge. If you find someone that's always throwing up, or your girlfriend, boyfriend with that stinky breath, stuff like that, then it's your behavior that actually makes it an eating disorder. That's why they had a bad breath.
and here's the other thing too, and with anorexia,
That might be her problem.
stop.
No.
Okay, is that it is unsafe because a lot of times with some of the anorexic patients, there's an electrolyte imbalance that will take place that can cause a heart attack. And so
See, they
that's
get to
where
medical, and then when you get to medical, you
that's
lose the
where
audience and you lose
anorexia
me.
gets to be there.
Because they try to show who know the most.
but
It's like a doctor thing.
But we're definitely gonna come back and talk about, how it affects your sex life and how it affects your
That
relationship.
hurt me up. Now, how has that affected my sex? I need to know that, doctor.
Okay, we gotta say that one.
We
We
gotta
gotta say that
for
one.
after
We're
the
gonna talk
break.
about eating disorders in your sex life. So we're gonna take a
Open
break.
and honest radio. We'll be right back.
Okay, so the sex life needs to be fun.
Okay.
No, that was good. No, the last one. I'm just saying the sex life. I want y'all to really.
There you go. There you go. Black, what's up?
Like really go in and be, detailed and not detailed.
Somebody mentioned inside beauty, and I definitely want to talk about inside beauty because the misconception about inside beauty is people are beautiful on the inside. However, that's not the first thing your potential husband or wife will see. And so I don't want to make light of inside beauty because it's really important. But if you're on the dating scene, they don't get to see how sweet and kind you are.
It doesn't matter anymore. Do inside beauty or outside beauty matter more than dollar bills and what you can give the woman?
It does matter, but I still think you being able to provide for your wife.
Guys that are unattractive to some of us.
Oh, you talking to men? No, it don't matter.
Sexist women.
The outside beauty don't matter.
I'm like,
it don't matter. The inside does. But the man, that's like fifth on our list.
Oh, so that's what.
So for men, it's probably higher up there.
Stability is first, right?
Stability, absolutely.
Men providing for his wife.
That man treating me like I need to treat you. All that you could be ugly.
I used to see these big guys and unattractive guys.
You want to say it until we come back? Oh, but you were saying.
I want you to say it, but I
was just saying. I just see these big guys and unattractive guys. Unattractive guys with some of the baddest women. I'm like, I know you ain't got that much game until I learn his pockets.
So let's do that. Let's talk about that real quick, and then
I had to say about it.
And then let's go into how it affects your sex life. But only like a few minutes. Well, not even a few minutes.
I don't like how you be restricting us too much. Can you just turn the thing on?
No, I gotta tell y'all what we're gonna go to next. And so we're gonna take this point, and y'all gonna go into sex. Sex relationship.
All right. Everything come back to the sex. Are we on? Now, guys, sex is a very powerful thing. I mean, people losing their families, their lives, everything for sex. Why is sex so important?
Well, now, come on. Part of it is...
No, Now, I done had sex before.
No.
I'm saying.
That's what it's all about.
But I wouldn't lose my sex. Wait a minute, so big. So it's all about sex?
Yes, that's what it's all about.
It's all about sex?
At the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
For me, it's not.
No.
Not for y'all, for the women.
For the men, it's all about sex. Because I know many men, and I know it's off the subject.
The sex brings kids.
Well,
it brings feelings. It brings emotions. So let's talk about
sex. But it brings STDs. Yeah.
I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about when you do it the way you're supposed to do it.
I think that's the difference between a male and female perspective. Because for us, it's not about that.
Because if we're not getting it, what we gonna do? We gonna go and cheat.
Well, you shouldn't though.
That's why I'm telling you, it's all about sex.
No, I don't agree with that. But what I'm saying is you had a valid point when you said it's not about looks. For a woman, we're looking for stability, right, doctor? What's the first thing we're looking for? We're looking for a man to treat us right, stability, take care of us. I mean, you could be ugly, but if you ugly, you start looking good. You get sexy as hell. You be thinking everybody wants your damn man when he treating you right and he doing. But you know what? Sex is important. It's just not the most important thing. Now, sex probably mess you up more than anything else. Because the man hit you right, he be broke. It seems like the broke dudes, I don't know how I know. The broke dudes do it the best. Is that true? It's broke. That's like a prerequisite. They ain't got nothing else going on. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean?
So they have to hit
something just right. But I don't want that. She don't want that. I don't even want no dude that do it too good. Because they'll make you lose your damn mind.
But that's probably because y'all are mature now. Y'all mature women.
So what you trying to say, brother?
I'm trying to say.
Mature?
Yeah, y'all mature. So y'all, but in the beginning and the youngness, it's just kind of like is.
Well, no, women look for.
What's that song? Women don't need man. That was a big hit.
Oh no, I think that I need a man.
Yeah.
I need a man.
I'm saying y'all don't want no tiny teeny man, right? That was a hit.
That's important, but if your pockets are big, I can kind of overlook a lot of things.
Dr. Monica says she wants her man to be obese in his pocket.
Obese in his pocket.
So basically, it's all about the money.
Well, you said it's all about sex.
Guess what I'm saying? Y'all
saying the money before the sex.
Men are supposed to provide, protect,
that's why we sell sex.
And if you're not providing for us and protecting us and professing your love for us, we're not that attractive.
What if you're doing everything else besides
that we always
the
get
money?
Back to this subject. Because I'm not going to respect you, brother. If you're not making no money, I'm going to tell you eventually. I might come out
But what if I'm doing
we try
everything
to
else?
uplift our black
Cooking,
men.
washing,
I don't need
cleaning,
you to do that. At that
protecting.
point, you become my bitch, okay? You do. You cooking and cleaning for me. I don't need you to do that. I need you to make some money for this house so I can do that. I can hire
But
somebody.
you already
to
making
do
the
that.
money. I'm doing
Me,
everything
nigga,
else.
wait a minute, dude. Get the hell out of here. Put this ninja up out of here before he get cursed out. I'm already making them. Well, you better get the hell
Have a good
out.
day.
Praise to Jesus. Lord, he made me. You know what? Every time I try to read my Bible and do right, somebody comes
I
to
know,
me
and
with
I
some
prayed. I
stupid
prayed
stuff.
before I came here. I thought I was safe, so I didn't
I mean, somebody come with some stupid stuff and they take me all the way back. Jackie been going to church for 18 years. It's going to take me at least another 17 to get my life back right. You understand what I'm saying? This brother come and talking about you already working.
Breakthrough.
Right.
So good.
Ooh.
Just speaking
Ooh.
breakthrough.
I mean, you got us hot with that. Tell me, she
Right. Pray for him.
Heavenly put him
Pray
out.
for him.
He said to her that Heavenly can take care of him and he'll cook and clean. He needs to make some money.
I like somebody to get on your computer. Like,
That's my dear family. You know my dear stuff.
okay, made me mess up my paper. Now, what we talking about?
I know,
Okay,
because
let's
we were
go.
talking
Keep making
about
sound.
eating disorders in a relationship. Let's talk about the sex part again. Because again, when a woman is too small and she's way below.
You talking about her vagina?
No, not her vagina.
Okay. But when you eat more, your vagina becomes bigger, right? Like you get more thickness to it.
You do get
Does that
adipose.
make sex better?
You do get adipose tissue in all areas, so you certainly can
It
get
all
it in your
depends. It's an
vagina.
individual thing, because
Yeah.
some countries they cut off all that, right?
No. That's called genital mutilation.
You're not finna cut me
Yes, no,
at
we're not
all.
cutting that. However, when you are underweight, you do not have enough body fat, so you don't make hormones like you needed, like your testosterone level. Half of it comes from the ovaries, you know, when you're a younger woman, or reproductive age woman, I should say. And when you're under your ideal body weight and you're anorexic, you don't make your hormones right. And
So the
your
sex is worse.
Your sex drive is diminished.
But when I was overweight, or more overweight, or way more, the sex was still good because I still got my hormones.
Well,
I was still having good sex back, Jackie.
And I
It's
believe
an emotional thing as well.
Right.
You felt good about yourself.
Because Daddy told me I was fine. I don't care what nobody say until I look back at the pictures and was like, oh my God, who the hell is that be? You know what I mean? I thought I was fine because somebody was telling me that got to be biblical, right? If somebody tell you the same thing over and over again, faith comes by hearing. My daddy told me I was fine, therefore I thought I was fine. I still think I'm fine.
Are you talking about your husband daddy or your
My daddy and husband.
Okay.
Not God,
Okay, I'm sorry.
Not God or my daddy,
Okay.
daddy, my biological father. I'm talking about my husband, Dr. Damon. Should I refer to him as that? Dr. Damon.
And he would tell you that
Over and over. I've been with him half my life. And he always fed into me positivity. So I always had, not that it's just him, because I was confident before that. But if you hear it all the time, you start believing it.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And just like certain people on that show, when you hear negativity, even though you're beautiful, you stop believing that and you have low
What was the
self-esteem.
change? What made the change, though? What is it that made you feel you wanted to lose weight and you looked back at your picture?
Mariah called me fat. That's why.
Right there.
Is that what
No. I mean, that's part of it. I mean, I always want to be my best self. So anytime somebody shows up and points out an imperfection in me that I never really thought about before, then I'm like, okay, I'm trying to be better. Because now I'm thinking about getting my teeth done when I thought it was nothing wrong with my teeth. But now that I know they're not perfect, I want to get it because I want to be the best me that not that I'm doing it for somebody, I'm doing it for myself.
All
But I want to be
right.
the best me that
But I mean, if you were looking at the pictures then and you looked at the pictures when you said you saw a
I
difference.
never saw it.
Oh.
Just like when I was telling you we go to church, sometimes there's certain things I never heard till I was ready to hear it.
Okay.
And I'm looking at the same thing.
Okay.
But then now I see.
Okay.
She sees.
Now see, that's where you come in too. Is the now I see place, because even with your anorexic patients, they don't see themselves as small.
No, they don't.
They don't. They don't see themselves as
body
small.
distortion.
Right. There's a body dysmorphia that takes place when you're looking in the mirror as an anorexic patient. You feel like you're overweight, and that's
So what's the opposite of that? Because I was overweight and I was looking at myself like I was fine.
and that's the opposite.
So what do you call that?
Body dysmorphia. You
Oh,
thought that you were looking in the mirror and you saw this ideal body weight person, but you felt so good about yourself.
Exactly.
And that's the honest to God truth. I really did. Until
Wow.
somebody pointed out to me, you fat. And I want to say the harshest person that said it was Mariah. It really was. It wasn't that it was her that made a difference, but I never even thought that way.
And that's not the way to approach it. If you want to help somebody, that's not the way to approach it, Dr. Jackie. And other,
I didn't do that, baby.
She did.
I did not.
She did.
Okay.
She grabbed me, but she said, "Hey, boo, you can work on this." Like, who does that? Like, she just grabbed mine. She did it. She grabbed mine. She did it.
there's nothing there. That's
Right.
right.
You got to be offended. But I was offended.
Oh.
Did I grab
You did.
like that?
You did.
Like what?
You grabbed my little chunky
she
part.
grabbing herself.
That's okay, but I can grab it. Daddy can grab it. But I didn't know you. You can grab it. I'm sorry. I didn't know you. I didn't know your
But you know me now.
I do, and I love you. You can grab it now. You can grab it now.
Right.
Because I know it's coming from a good place.
Exactly.
And a lot of times when you say, why you can handle stuff from Jackie? Why you can't handle stuff? Because I know where it's coming from.
Right.
Exactly. And that's how you approach eating disorder. Somebody that's compulsive eating. Because we don't use obese, because obesity does not mean you have an eating disorder. So if that's how you approach it, you have to come from a place of love and not mean, critical, to really address it.
But you know what? Also being too repetitive. Like for me, my husband never said anything when I was overweight. But like when I see people overweight, if I see somebody get, I try to help them. I'm coming with a solution, but I think that also gets on people's nerves.
No, you made a great point earlier, and you said when a person is ready to receive. Yes. And so it is when that person, and so you're doing gentle nudges by bringing it up.
But I think mine is not as gentle as I think they are.
It's not.
I think it's more,
not.
that's my problem.
Your nudges are like push you over the cliff.
Right.
Right. And without a parachute. So, you're right. Sometimes it really is.
Damn, okay.
Yeah.
But I can receive that from you.
Right. But again,
So silly.
but again, it is important to do gentle nudging, is what I understand.
It's important, but the thing also is that you don't want a gentle nudge because it only gets worse. So you don't want to let it go and prolong, because you got to think it's number 3 in the world for chronic illnesses. It's like anorexia.
Wow.
Like you just explained to us earlier, you could die. This is a serious issue, a serious medical psychiatric issue. Like you can literally die, and you know they commit suicide also.
You can die from a lot of things. You can die from having sex with too many people. You can die from eating too much. You can run out in the street and die. I mean, you're going to die from something. Might as well be happy and eat.
You have a problem. You have to be direct with people. You have to really push them to go get medical help. You